Hi, this is Osvaldo Perez, and we're here with Filip Dostovsky. We're here in Kukino Mountain, here in Macedonia. We're going to talk a little bit about him, about medical marijuana. This place is a very magical place, so I think it's a good setting to talk a little bit about medical marijuana in Macedonia, no?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about an overview of the situation of the medical marijuana in Macedonia.
The overview is something everybody knows that now that it cures cancer and all other stuff. It's publicly known, but everyone is afraid to talk about it. So everybody tries to find their way to find the cure. Many times most of the times illegally. Somebody grows, somebody buys, somebody buys shit.
Mm-hmm. Bad quality.
Bad quality. And the overall situation, it's good that everyone knows, but it's still a long way to go.
It's still illegal. There's no government medicinal program.
No, the last month was the first government initiative to legalize weed, but they're not legalizing the weed. Only pharmaceutical products that really don't do the work, like Sativex.
Oh, okay. So okay.
This is the legal part. The illegal part is just as at every other place where it's illegal.
So here, the people know about how the hemp oil works here in Macedonia.
For the last 5 years, more and more people know. It's becoming very popular. So I think that's why the government first started the initiative for legalizing, but they don't want to give the cure to the people. They just want to control it even more. The law looks like that it's doing something, but it's not doing anything for the people.
How did you start giving away the oil to the people?
First I tried on me, as you know from the previous interview. Should I start it all over again?
No, it's okay.
Okay, and after that the first case was my colleague's mother was sick, and she had very good results in very short time, and that was 2012, something like this, or 2013, I don't know. But from that point it took off. Because the best marketing is when people
try it.
When people try it and they see
word,
for themselves.
Word of mouth, no?
Word of mouth, yes. So this is the beginning. After that, everything started to roll quickly. We made 2 seminars. On the seminars there were lecturers like Rick Simpson, Lumir Hanush and Paul Hornby, and Robert Melamed was on the first seminar. So this was first publicly when people with diplomas said that there may be a chance that this thing is a cure, not a drug, illegal drug. So this is the beginning. After that, at this point I really don't know how many people are making oil in Macedonia. I think every second. But the problem is material, and quality material. This is the biggest problem.
Where do you get the quality material?
I cannot say where do we get the quality material, because we don't get quality material.
Okay.
People are buying from the streets, and then they make their own oil, because at first, the first 2 or 3 years, many people were selling oil with very low quality and with practically no results. Some of the guys were selling that kind of oil just because they didn't know how to make it better, but some guys knew that they're not having good oil and still were selling. And this is still a big problem.
The case.
Yeah, but I can tell you that for the last 1 year or maybe 8 months, more and more people are buying wheat and making oil for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's the safest way.
Now, do you guys have an organization, like a non-profit organization, or
We
how are
have-
you lobbying the government?
We have one non-profit organization. I mean, we have 2 or 3 in Macedonia, but actually we are just giving knowledge. I mean, nothing concrete. Just giving the knowledge so people can take the matters in their own hands.
Mm-hmm.
We are speaking with the government. We had a couple of meetings, but I don't think there is much progress on that field. I mean, they listen to us and they are like, well, maybe we'll see, and basically doing their own stuff.
So the people that are sick, how do they get their medicine, or who do they
Uh,
go?
well, the situation is different. I mean, as we speak, it's changing all the time. At this point, many people are going abroad to buy the oil. They're going to some here close countries to Macedonia that are in European Union, that have at least a little bit, you know, it's easier
Mm-hmm.
to get the oil because you can find seats in a grow shops and stuff like. I mean, it's more secure.
Mm-hmm. So they go to
Yeah,
Slovenia.
they
or-
go to Slovenia, to Italy, to Austria, to Czech Republic, and some of the guys are buying wheat on the street. But for example, we had a case 2 months ago where it was really good wheat, but it was full of pesticides.
Mm.
Pesticides.
Uh-huh.
In this case was baccarin sulfate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it's called in English, but it's blue stuff,
Mm-hmm.
a kind of metal. So the wheat was, I mean, the oil from that wheat was full of it. So it's like a gambling when you buy it on streets.
So what would you like to see happening in Macedonia?
That what I would like to see is that everybody can grow their own, and I think we are far from this, but we will see. I don't know. I mean, things changed for the for the last 5 years. Things changed really. I mean, on the better, really quickly. But I don't know from this point on how it will all develop. I mean, it can go both ways.
What would happen if the government catch you cultivating marijuana?
Jail for sure. If they catch you cultivating, if they catch you smoking, it's a criminal offense. But really on the street is you pay a fine. I mean, first you get charged, I think, criminal, but as the case proceeds, they turn it almost, and it depends also on the cop who gets you, and on your record before.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're in school, you know, if you're a student, it's different. But mostly for one joint or a little wheat, I mean, I don't know, 3 to 5 grams, you get to pay money. But you get a picture and records and stuff like that.
But if they catch you growing, you go to
If they
jail
catch you
for
growing-
how long?
I know guys who didn't do nothing because they had money and they paid it off.
They bribe.
Something like that. And I know guys who were in jail for 2 or 3 years for 100 grams. So it's really different.
Depends.
Yes. There is
So
no
you
justice.
You want to light the joint, and we're going to give a gift from Canada. Oh, it's like
Oh.
oil now. Here.
Thank you
For-
very much. Yeah.
And So what kind of weed generally you smoke here?
We are smoking generally weed that comes from Albania because Albania is in Albania, Albanian people were growing wheat on a large scale. I mean, we know all about Lazarat. So in Macedonia, 5 years ago, 1 kilo of good wheat was, I don't know, maybe 500 euros if you don't know people. If you know people, even cheaper. So nobody bothered to grow wheat in Macedonia. So after they took down Lazarat, and everybody and the knowledge was spread also about that wheat cures, which happened practically at the same time. Now 1 kilo is 3 to 4,000 if you can find it. So, I mean, the money is not guaranteed that you will find it. So it's really difficult situation. In Macedonia, almost no one knows how to grow wheat properly because of this. Because no one bothered to grow wheat.
You're used to getting from
From Albania for really cheap money.
And how much you need to make a treatment of oil, of hemp oil? How much weed do you need?
We all use the Rick Simpson protocol, so it's like 60 grams for
60
90 days. But in practice, we noticed that you really need 2 or 3 doses, Rick Simpson doses. I mean, from 120 to 180 milligrams, and it depends on the person. I mean, many people have instant results, many people have the same results but after longer periods, so it depends on the people and on the strain that you buy.
Okay, and how much weed do you need to produce the oil?
Well, this wheat that came from Albania was really good, and you could produce, I don't know, from 100 grams of wheat, 12 to 15 grams of oil. But now I cannot say what's the average, because there are wheats that you can produce 4 grams from 100 grams, and you can find wheat that you can produce 15 grams. It
depends.
Yeah, and you buy it from the same guys, and it's always different.
Okay.
It's not constant anymore. Like that you can find whatever you like. Okay. It's whatever it's on the market.
Cool. So we're here in Macedonia, and we'll do another segment where you show how to make the oil to the people.
Yeah, well, the people. Yeah. Right.